Hello!
Hello and welcome back to another Fun Fact Friday.
As you know from previous weeks, a baby's brain is amazing! From making over 15 million neurons per minute to growing over 64% in its first 90 days.
But one thing you may not know is how susceptible it can be to overheating, especially within the first 6 weeks of pregnancy, a time when many are unaware they're even pregnant.
Fun Fact Friday, week 112.
Hot showers could cook your baby's brain.
During the first trimester, a baby undergoes its most rapid transformation. At 3 weeks old, its heart starts beating, its fingerprints start to form at 10 weeks, and all of its organs, muscles, hair follicles, nail beds, vocal cords, and more begin to take formation. In this period, they may have transformed from a single fertilized cell to a near perfectly proportioned tiny human.
However, they are incredibly vulnerable, especially to heat, during this critical stage in development. Hypothermia, aka overheating in pregnancy, can cause problems to unborn babies that has been linked to birth defects, mainly affecting the brain and spine. Hypothermia is most dangerous to unborn babies within the first trimester and especially during the first 6 weeks.
Hormone changes in pregnancy are known to make women feel faint, as does hypothermia. As a mother's body tries to cool itself, it sends more blood to the skin to help cool her down. This means there is less blood going to the internal organs, such as the brain, thus causing faintness.
Hypothermia is also known to lower blood pressure. Low blood pressure means reduced blood flow, blood that carries essential oxygen and nutrients to the baby. Reducing blood flow to a baby effectively reduces its oxygen and nutrients.
Heat was first discovered to be a cause of deformity in chickens over 100 years ago, and many animal studies since have confirmed this finding. Unsurprisingly, with the risk being so high to unborn babies, there have been no studies directly looking into this. There have, however, been self-reported studies, and the evidence substantiated the findings from the animal studies.
One such study of over 22,000 women set out to find women who had used saunas, hot tubs and electric blankets during their pregnancies. They also included those that had suffered from fevers.
A total of 5,500 women had been exposed to at least one of these heat sources. 367 had jumped into a sauna. 1,254 had spent time in a hot tub. 1,865 had experienced a fever.
And surprisingly to us at least, 2,883 had used electric blankets.
I don't even know anyone that owns an electric blanket.
Me either. They found that the use of an electric blanket had no effect. That sauna use, or fevers over 38 degrees Celsius, equated to a near doubling the chance of birth defects. And hot tubs came in as the riskiest, nearly tripling the chances.
The researchers also said that being exposed to 2 types of heat exposure would jump the chances of birth defects by over 600%.
Another study showed an increase in birth defects when mothers had showers lasting more than 15 minutes, as opposed to those who had showers lasting less than 15 minutes.
Saunas, hot tubs, jacuzzis, and even hot baths and showers will raise your body temperature. Saunas are usually kept around 70 to 100 degrees Celsius, whereas hot tubs are factory set to maintain an average temperature of 40 degrees Celsius.
Now, the reason hot tubs are more dangerous is that water conducts heat 25 times more efficiently than air and can increase your core temperature far quicker.
What does this mean for baths and showers? Many of us love a hot soak, but are they okay in pregnancy? Simply put, there's no agreed upon ideal temperature for baths or showers. It's what the water does to you and your temperature.
The Royal College of Obstetricians advises that if you really must bathe in water warmer than 37 degrees Celsius, then you should keep it to less than 10 minutes. The reason for this is it can take 10 to 20 minutes for your body temperature to rise.
Use your common sense. If you can't get in straight away without doing a monkey impression, then it's too hot.
There is a rule of thumb that appears to be commonly agreed upon, and that is to ensure that your normal body temperature does not rise by more than 2 degrees Celsius. That means no higher than 39 degrees, and the best rule of thumb would be to keep the water at around 37 degrees.
We all love a good soak to release stress and the aches and pains of the daily grind, and pregnancy for some certainly can add to this load. Luckily for those of you in the latter stages of pregnancy, the risks subside as you enter the second trimester.
However, that doesn't give you carte blanche to jump into hot tubs and saunas, as you should still keep an eye on your core temperature. But if you can't resist the allure of a warming soak to ease away the stresses and strains of the day, then keep them to under 10 minutes.
It won't be long until you'll be able to indulge in overheating once more, but this time with a new addition to the family.
Thank you for joining us for another Fun Fact Friday.
We'd love to hear from you, so please like, comment and share to show you care.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.